We are now welcome back to Let's Play Sonic 3 Blast.
What the fuck was that?
Well, I don't know.
Anyway, we continue on to Rusty Ruin.
This is the what was that?
That was the pause screen. I probably changed.
I was just trying to get in the beat, man. Oh,
yeah. I do love this music. It could be nostalgia talking. I don't know, but fuck you. I love this music. The Genesis tracks, they're just sound as far as I'm concerned.
Well, you know.
Oh my god, look at this. Best Sonic maneuver ever.
I like
infinite pirouettes.
I basically like anything that's on that. What the fuck do you call the chip? Chip again? Whatever. Anything that's on the Genesis sound chip, I like, but
the thing about Sonic music that's on the Genesis sound chip is that it doesn't really bring out some of the what some people would consider the negative aspects of the Genesis sound chip.
I don't know though.
Some would call, not this dude here.
No, I don't think I particularly like the Genesis soundtrack for this either.
Do you even remember any of them?
No, and that's me saying they weren't memorable.
Same boat. I didn't remember them either, aside from those two that were in Sonic Adventure, and I remember them from Sonic Adventure, not this game.
That's about me. I agree, Tails. I agree.
It's 5 flickies down. Let's deposit them and then talk to this kid.
I'm going to take all your money.
And then drop you here.
What did they even spend it on? I mean, Knuckles, he probably spends it on,
porn.
Sure.
Because he don't know any better. He doesn't get Wi-Fi on Angel Island for some reason.
Oh.
Actually, for that matter, once again, why is Knuckles here?
Oh, you know, because
Sonic Team could never remember that Knuckles was supposed to be stuck on this goddamn island.
He has a job.
A gerb. It's only convenient to bring up when the plot demands it.
Yeah. Hey, Knuckles, where's that, your old, Master Emerald? It'd be, pretty convenient to have that right now. Do some chanting and shit and fix the problem.
Yeah. Or I could just use it to power up in my supersonic state, like Mecha Sonic did. For that matter, why can't Sonic do that?
I don't know.
I guess it would be kind of cheap. It's just like, Knuckles, we don't have time to collect the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Can I borrow this? Thanks.
Maybe it's because you'd have to carry it around, and somehow would be harder than carrying around all the other emeralds in his ass.
Again, I had absolutely no fucking difficulties with that. And believe me, people, I did not cut out a single try on any of these special stages. They're just that stupidly easy. Like, even later on, I'm going to have several times where I fuck the ever-loving fuck up out of these special stages and still fucking win.
Yeah, I don't know, it's like, there's no in-between between, oh, it's really easy, and, oh, it's frustratingly hard.
Okay, here's something that wouldn't be in the PC version, that fog effect. Like, the rain, yeah. The fog, no.
Computers can't handle that,
I should also mention that special stage for the computer version is different, too. In that it's basically that same tube style, but completely different.
Let me tell you, computers, they can't handle Fahaba, so I guess, you know... Maybe that's why they can't handle the fog effects here. I was making a joke related to how very poorly Fallout 4 is optimized. Very, very poorly. I have a GTX 970, and you know that fog is just like. Whew! Yeah.
What do you think of the GTX 1080?
Yeah, that's how you get the 1080p. I don't know. It's probably gonna be you know, like all.
Oh, new shield.
Nice and pricey.
Red one.
No, I'll go for the.
This is a red shield. What does a red shield do?
Yeah.
It protects me from Cheeto dust.
The 1070, which will probably be like $200 cheaper if they do a 1070. I don't know. Maybe they're just going to stop making any GPUs other than the best. Wasn't it like they only made of the latest? What am I even saying?
But yeah,
the latest one they only made it like the TI version, which is supposed to be in between of like the highest end one already, the Titan. They made a Titan that was also a higher version of the Titan. I don't fucking know.
I wouldn't know either.
I don't think they ever made like a special, more powerful version of the 970.
From what I gather, we're reaching an era where we're actually reaching for new limits to break through. Ow. I lost my non-existent shield.
Well, like I said, nothing that, like, graphically speaking, nothing that Fallout 4 does should even be making your card or your CPU wince. But it's so poorly put together for the PC because they were more focused on the console versions that it just fucking tanks all over the place.
Well, that's just the major problem with pretty much all sorts of
any AAA title these days. They don't give a fuck about PC gamers.
Well, hey, if it's so... I think the point is they're trying to get these companies to make these games better for the consoles, simply to get people to buy the consoles. They want to find some way to keep the PC market from being the go-to gaming method, and they're just I swear the console wars should have ended last generation, personally, because I just don't see the limits of the consoles. I don't know, it just seems to me like console exclusivity, better running stuff on consoles, it to me is a way to create artificial competition that doesn't need to be. It's just like, if everybody would switch to a fucking computer and give up on the console market, I wouldn't even have to consider it myself.
But it's expensive. You don't have to have... Okay, I spend a lot of money on my computer, but you don't have to get, like, graphics that are on the level of consoles. With the exception of, like, well, Fallout 4, which is a piece of fucking shit.
Well, here's another thing. You didn't spend nearly as much money on your computer for one significant reason. I mean, you still put more money into it than you probably could have.
Well, I mean, I was just like, okay, this is my first time putting a computer together. I'm not going to go...
And that's exactly the reason.
I'm not going to go tip-top.
People do not want to do that.
Okay, here's a bit of information
People
for you.
expect, just buy a console. It has all the equipment you'll ever need, necessary, pre-programmed, all the hardware. It's there. You don't ever need to change it, remove it. Oh, except maybe the hard drive. But the point being, that's kind of, the console is simple, basic, what you see is what you get type of thing. Meanwhile, the customization of a PC is its main draw, and to be honest, I think that's...
It just kind of scares
to me,
people.
I can understand why it scares people, but it's also one of those things that is why it's so much goddamn better. And, you know, optimization... just... optimize the operating system, optimize the game design.
It's mainly the only reason, like I said, the only reason Fallout 4 has problems and you have to have a good PC to play it is because they didn't give a shit.
They didn't want you to have they don't want you to have the game on the computer.
So
Or they just so unfucking competent.
They just didn't give a shit when they were making the PC version because the console market is bigger because people are afraid of computers.
No. It's just that more people just let's have the computers for social networking and porn.
Yeah.
And you can do that on consoles too, so what's the fucking difference?
Yeah, what is...
You can even do that on the damn VR headsets we're getting now.
And as for cost, it's kind of... It's actually way easier even at launch to find games cheaper. Like, you're not gonna... Unless you're an idiot, you're not gonna end up paying $60 for a new game on PC. You're not going to.
Well...
And the sales are always, like, way better.
Yeah, well, that's... The one gripe I have against, well, pretty much all gaming in general is the whole... Physical copies are no longer a thing.
Yeah, and in my opinion, if physical copies, which by the way, Nintendo's still keeping to it. They're keeping the physical copies with the next generation for sure, and it sounds like the PS5 or whatever the hell it's going to be is going to as well.
Have you forgotten the eShop?
There is the eShop, but their primary titles. The eShop is mostly just like for fucking mostly indie shit, but yeah. You can buy some major games off the eShop, can't you? I think. But the point is, you still can get physical copies, and some people are speculating that they're going to go...
Well, it's more encouraged to buy physical copies for the Nintendo simply because Nintendo's hard drives are the size of chipmunk's nuts.
Yeah. But I think... people are talking...
if we caught a fifth one.
Again, it's just a freaking rumor, but like, supposedly, someone looked at... I don't know where I heard this from, but supposedly someone looked at the... what do you call that? When someone... The thing that you're always reading about with Transformers, where someone finds that Hasbro got a name...
Trademark?
Trademark. They trademark cartridges for something. They trademark physical game cartridges. Something of that to that effect. That's about all we know. They did that alongside for some CD games. It's like because Breath of the Wild is probably going to be both on Wii U and the new thing. So it sounds like they're bringing cartridges back, which is probably not actually like bricks. It's gonna be SD cards. Because, SD cards can hold like 50, 60, up to 100, up to over 100 gigabytes now, I think. So, what's the point of even using discs anymore?
Very true.
I mean, that is one thing, is like, the carts, you can't destroy them like you
even
can a
ignoring what disc is capable of containing on the actual... the actual disk memory. There's the fact that the disk also required to spin.
Discs and their mechanism to spin them wear down over time. Hard drives wear down over time, not either the mechanism...
Well, they say Blu-rays don't wear down.
They wear down exceptionally slow compared to other things, and they will last... They will still be working way longer than any,
standard
DVDs.
And they do contain a lot of information, but there is still a limit. Which is why half the game probably gets downloaded onto your hard drive from the network.
And if you use something like an SD card, the read speeds are exceptionally fast, so you could probably even play a game right off the card.
Well...
No install, nothing. You could just play it right off of there, just like back in the old days on their tiny GameCube discs. And, well, carts.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's like, I think the only real reason we ever switched from cartridges to discs was because
discs were really easy to mass produce back then, and they held more information than the carts at the time. But the technology developed during this.
Oh, there was
time.
also other things like higher audio and video quality that you could get out of it.
Yeah, but
Like, we've surpassed the limit of what discs can achieve, but at this point, the potential of cartridges in small, just hard copy, hard information. What do you call that?
I guess it's kind of like
The
solid
point
state.
is, while discs were better at a time and have been better for a long amount of time, but at the end of the day, the limit of a disc shall forever be. Meanwhile, stuff like SD cards and cartridges and whatnot, they will still continue to exceed what a disc's ultimately capable of.
You know what's gonna suck though? You know what's gonna really suck? No. They're gonna be so easy to lose. Oh.
Any more so than discs?
I mean, unless they develop their own format that isn't SD, which is very
Well,
unlikely.
here's the thing. There are these things called game cases, which old cartridge games didn't really have. They just came in cardboard boxes that you were expected to just stuff them back into when you were done, assuming they didn't fall apart the moment you took them out.
But, well, they might... It may still be like an SD card, but they may create a custom housing for it that makes it more hefty or something.
Well, to be honest, they're not really SD cards. They're just the same basic size and shape of an SD card. They are a customized shape and design anyway. I mean, you look at the ones for the DS cartridges and Nintendo 3DS cartridges. They're like about the size of an SD card, but the shapes and the prongs are all different. So they're not really SD cards.
But they're still tiny.
Right. But I mean, so long as you keep them in the goddamn game case once you're done with them, like a sensible human being.
Yeah, there's only like, you know, there's only just the tiny little things that bug me about it, but that is, you know, at the same time, it's also like you're saving a lot of space, and, you know,
And of course, you know, another thing that you're saving is on
the environment.
The issue of... Well, on the other hand, there is the other problem with cartridges.
Is it? Don't get them fucking wet?
No, you... You know, I don't even know why I'm considering this, since the rental market is completely dead as is anyway, but... The rental market?
Well, yeah, but, oh shit, if you lost a rental cart. Oof. Oof.
Well,
I mean...
forget just the rental cartridge. The fact that
you mean like...
renting it in the first place is tantamount to...
What?
Well, because your save game data goes straight onto the cartridge.
Well, yeah, that was back with, what was it? It doesn't do that on the newest handheld console, like, I think, 3DS. I don't think it does that. Because, you know, they definitely have those.
Oh, systems have internal memory devices now.
That was the shit.
The hard drives.
That was the shitty shit back when everything saved directly to the card.
Or you had to get some sort of external cartridge, like an external RAM device for the Sega Saturn.
Well, I remember when I rented Animal Crossing.
That
came with a free memory card.
That came with a free memory card, and there was actually a memory card that came with the... Oh, the video's over.
There was this guy who... What did he name it? His house or his town? Fuck you. It's great.